All right, puts are in play here. Testing previous day high at the green bar here. Marvel's starting to flush now. We've been in puts, $79 puts. We're about to be $1 in the money now. All right, there's your break of the previous day high on SPY. Let's see if we get a bounce here. Or we're gonna cut right through that. A little bit of see how price action reacts there. All right, 793, 77.93 on Marvel. That's now in the money now. See if we can get more downside here. Also sitting on Rivian puts here. We've already made money on calls on Rivian. See if we can get a little bit of money on puts as well. All right, we're breaking previous day high. That should be good to get some really good momentum to the downside here if we break that previous day high and close below it. All right, starting to really see some flushing now, guys. Let's go, baby. Oh, bounce. Nice big candle on SPY. All right, starting to flush here on Marvel as well. Gonna look around. Everything's starting to turn red. Everything's turning red. Trying to see the action here. Got 5 more minutes to the next candle on SPY. See if we can get another candle lower. All right, staying patient here. We've been patient the entire ride down here, so no need to be indecisive here. All right, more flush here. 4 more minutes to the next candle. See if we can get more momentum to the downside on SPY. Little bounce on Marvel as well. Yeah, you see this break here. This was that bear flag break on Marvel. It's playing out. Same thing with SPY. We took puts off of this reversal of camera here. Reversal signal. So far playing out well. We have more downside. Here we go. SPY's flushing now, guys. About 3 more minutes to the next candle. I'm so itchy, man. I want to close SPY out already because 0 DTE. Got a few more minutes. We're going to let this next candle play out. We'll make a decision based on the next candle. A lot of volume though. We've got 2.9 million to the. We had 2.9 million at the open, and look at all the volume in between. And now we're having some real volume come in on this candle here. We'll probably hit over 3 million shares on this candle. Yeah, we're about to hit 3 million. That's previous day high though. We're bouncing off the previous day high. This green bar there. Got about 3 more minutes to go on that candle. Tesla's starting to see some green. All right, guys, I'm going to take my profits here on hold on. I want to take my profits here. So we'll see. We've got 2 more minutes. Let's wait 2 more minutes. We'll see what the next candle has. Yeah, about 1:40 to go. So let's just stay patient here. See what that next candle gives us. Now we're going to have a full body below the 5-day EMA line, which is that green line. We'll get a brand new candle, hopefully way under it, and see if we can stick around with it a little bit longer. Ah, there's your bounce. So we're at 3.2 million on this candle. Staying patient here. Got about a minute to the next candle now. All right, traders, here we are, man. We're in the money now. Marvel's, our bear flags played out. Our reversal signal on the SPY has played out as well. So good day of trading so far. Let's see what this next candle gives us on the SPY. We got about 40 seconds for the next candle on SPY here. And we'll see if we can make a run to the pre-market low. That'd be awesome. Starting to see a little bit of a bounce here. A little bit of a bounce. All right, 10 seconds in the next candle on SPY. All right, there's your next candle. See what it does. Testing this previous day high. There it is. See if we can get below this wick, get a lower low going. There it is. Watching that. All right, it's bouncing at that level. Previous day high. See if we can break that. It's bouncing there. Expected. We expected a bounce there. All right, I'm going to take my profits here, guys. Oh, whoa, whoa. Wait, maybe not. Maybe not. All right, let's wait. Hey, man, this is how we get when we're in the money, dude. I mean, this is a skill we have to master, right? The emotional side of it. As soon as we start making some money, we want to get out. When we're making money, we want to stay, though. I don't get it either. Tom Hogarth says we're not wired to be traders. All right, still continuing to go down the downside here on SPY. See if we can break this previous day support. I feel more confident we can break that. All right, guys, I'm gonna just grab it here. This is a 0 DTE, so it moves a lot, right? Like, let's see if we can break that. Oh, we're just gonna keep bouncing in this between the 5-day EMA line. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. See if we can break. There it is. Starting to break a little bit. Do it. Do it. Bouncing. We definitely got some momentum to the downside. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna hang on to this a little bit. Bitcoin sold off as well, guys. Bitcoin's down to 66,785. It hit a new high and it sold off again. All right. There's our SPY flush that we want to see. All right, we're starting to really get some momentum now. Oh, excellent. Oh, man, good thing we didn't close, right? Here we go, guys. We're banking on it now. 106. That was our target. Should think it's going to go lower? All right, I'm going to take my profits here. All right. All right, closing out SPY at this level. Probably has more room to go, but I'm going to just grab that. Made $100 on that. We're still in our Marvel puts, so we're going to let these babies ride and see what happens. All right, good trade on SPY. Closed it out. Man, good, excellent trade, man. I'm really happy with this trade. You don't know. It makes me so happy to get a winning trade based off of what I'm reading. See, there's your flush, man. It's going to keep going, but I'm good here. I'm good at this level. This candle made us take puts contracts, and it's played out so far. Oh, oil is flushing. Good thing we got out of that, man. AMD starting to pull back as well. BABA flushing. Lyft holding. IoT starting to consolidate. Man, look at this flush, guys. Premature. Exited prematurely, but it's okay. It's okay. We know what we did here. We know why this trade was profitable. And that is key. That is key. That you made a trade based on your observations, based on what your knowledge, your skills, and it played out in your favor. Can't be mad at that. Starting to see a little bit of a bounce there, see? I don't know if chips are going to flush today. We're way deep in the money here on Marvel, so I'll be surprised if this thing gets back up to 79. If anything, it should keep flushing. Yeah, that's our runner on Marvel's going to be our runner today. We're going to leave that. And Rivian, obviously, those contracts are almost cheap. Well, they were free because we got them on the calls from yesterday. Yeah, you're starting to see a lot of red on the market though now. I'm not surprised, man. This is the game these market makers play. They get you going one way, and then they pull the carpet on you guys. So far, this has been playing out as expected. Really happy to see us take a trade on this reversal signal. It's played out on SPY. We've already closed that out, made $100. And then we're sticking to our Marvel trade here based off this this bearish flag. So we identified this bearish flag here on Marvel. We took a put contract on it. So far, we're at 79 strike price. We're at 77.50. So we're 250 into the money on that one. So that one's printing now. And we've also taken some Rivian puts where they were free because we took some calls yesterday on the news conference and made real little money on the calls. We got out of those and got some puts, and now we're up on those as well. So good trading today, guys. But more importantly, that we knew what the hell we were doing with our trades. It was not, it was not based on let's see what happens. We really made some excellent trades today, specifically on the SPY off this reversal signal here with this hammer. And then on Marvel, we saw the bearish flag play out, and we took put contracts, and that's been playing out as well. So good trades all the way around. I'm proud of myself. I see Tesla, a little bit of green on Tesla finally. See a little bit of a bounce here on SPY. I'm going to take my profits on Marvel already. I'm gonna have to get going soon anyway, and I don't really want to be watching that thing all day. So, all right, we'll close out our Marvel position. I don't know what the percentage was on that, but we made about $50 on Marvel. Made over $100 on SPY, and we're still sitting on our Rivian puts, and we're gonna let those ride. Those were like 6 cents or something like that, so we're gonna let those ride. But we're out of our Marvel, and look. Another thing we have to get better at, right, is premature exiting of our positions. But I tend to believe that you have to accept the fact that you're always going to leave money on the table. You're not going to get the entire move. And as much as sometimes we want to get the entire move, that's usually what ends up burning us. So, in my experience trading, I think you got profits if you had a target price. If you had a price level you're trying to target and you get there, you take your money. I think we hem and haw too much. I want an extra $50 on this trade, an extra $10 on this trade. But today we've made almost $150 or just a bit over $150 on 2 trades, which is Marvel and SPY. They were both 0 DTE, not financial advice. You could lose money. But we were confident based on what the charts were telling us. And I'm so damn happy that it played out as I saw it, because it gives you a lot of confidence, right? It's going to give you confidence as a trader to trust and execute based on what you're seeing. And a lot of us hesitate, especially when we're in a losing position. We tend to hang on to that loser. We don't want to hang on to losers. We want to hang on to winners. But even then, right, if you exit your position early, kind of like I did with SPY here. I mean, I got out. I'm out of SPY. I'm out of Marvel. The pressure's off of me. I've made some money today. Up $150 for the day. I'm pretty happy. We still have Rivian as one of our runners. And if that thing really can breach that 1250 level and continue lower, we're just going to make an extra money on it. So overall, really good trading session so far. I'm really happy about it. We've got about, maybe about 40 minutes or so before we go off air. We're going to continue to watch the charts here. I want to share with you guys here, if anybody who's in here, I do a video every week. Every Sunday night, I do a video. I call it the expected move or expected range video. It's on Tradecaster. So if you ever want to check that out on Tradecaster, we've done 3 so far. We're going to continue to do them. And the reason I bring that up is because we have this range. You see this expected range for the SPY? That was the expected range for this week. So what I want to show you guys something real quick here is just something to study. And as you become better traders. So I'm going to make this a 4-hour chart because I want to show you that this is Friday, this is Thursday, this is Wednesday, this is Tuesday, and this is Monday. So this was the beginning of this right here was the beginning of the week. These are your 5 trading days. What I want to show you is that on Sunday, we charted the expected range of the SPY, right? So Monday, this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? Okay, this is Monday, right? Let me make sure. 3-5, yeah. So this is 3-4, I think. Anyway, the point is this. The point is that I have this range, and I had charted this on Sunday night. So what did the SPY do? The SPY came right into the bottom of the range, touched the bottom of the range, and it just started working its way back up. Another reason why I was confident to take the put today was because we were already at the top of the range. So, you know, I tell you guys, if you're watching this video or watching this stream, I would encourage you to check that out on my Tradecaster. Check out the expected range move. Learn how to chart every Sunday. It's not something that I do. I learned it from Raider Trader, who taught us how to do that. And every Sunday night, I take my basket of stocks, I do the expected range, I set that range, and then it helps me trade. Now, it doesn't always work, and I'm going to review it this Sunday, and I'm going to show you how it did not work on Apple. I'm going to show you how it did not work on Tesla either. And last week, we saw this weird thing happen where you saw it exceed, like I think we saw it on Lyft last week, where it hit the top of the range, and not it didn't just hit the top of the range, it just went above it. It was way out of the range for the week. And that was the case. That was the first time that I saw it, and I was like intrigued by that. But then I saw it again this week on Tesla and on Apple. Let me see if I can bring up the Apple. Let's do it here on Apple. Here, I'll bring it here on Apple so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So look with Tesla. So oh no, it's on Tesla, but so I don't even have to go to Apple. So here, that was the range for Tesla this week. That was the top of the range, and this is the bottom of the range. Guess what? Fell out of Monday. It fell out of that range and never even got to it. It tricked me into getting into calls for today that I'm not going to hit, thinking that it was going to work its way back up to at least the bottom of the range, and that never happened. So we took a losing trade here on Tesla for today, at least so far, right? I mean, I doubted it can make a move up to 185. It was there this morning, but it retraced. And the way everything else looks, maybe it won't play out as we want it to. But yeah, them the brakes, son. All right, let me put this back to 15. All right, so there's a SPY continuing to dump. You know, we're out of that trade already. Gotta learn to be better about staying in my winners a little bit longer. I usually cut my losers. I usually don't cut my losers, and I hang on to my losers and cut my winners short. So I'm still trying to get better about doing that. All right, but there's your Tesla. Probably won't revisit that top of the, I mean, it won't even get close. So, but anyway, I wanted to show you that. So if you ever here on Tradecaster, go to my lobby, go to my videos, and you'll see that video of those videos. And then I upload a new video every Sunday. Please subscribe to the show if you find value in that. Really appreciate your support. All right, Rivian's playing out for us. So Rivian, so we're up $25 on Rivian puts. I think that's, hold on, I'm lying. Yeah, 27. We're up $27. We have 3 contracts for $12.50 puts on Rivian that we took today. Yesterday we took calls for today based on this move, and it actually got up to $12.50 and exceeded it. So we took our money there, and then now we're sitting on puts. We have 3 contracts or puts at $12.50. We're almost in the money on that. And then look, guys, we got out of our Marvel and our SPY, and as much as it pains me a little bit to say that we could have stayed in those plays and banked, I mean, this is my plight, right? Like, this is what I'm trying to get better at, is to hang on to my winners longer. I've gotten better about about closing out my losers. I've gotten really, really, really good at that. I've gotten better at being a good loser. By the way, that reminds me, I have a giveaway going on. I don't know if you guys are interested or not, but I'll go ahead and share it here. So I have this giveaway going on. It's called The Best Loser Wins by Tom Hoggart, and this is the book that I'm using to build my mental strength, right, to be a good loser and to be a good loser. And what that really means is that you cut your losses quickly. Like you don't hang out to see what's gonna happen. If you place a trade and it's gonna go against you, you cut that sucker quick. You do not wait to see what happens. You don't say, maybe it'll come back. Screw that. This book teaches you to say, hey, dude, this is not going in my direction. I'm out. Best loser wins, right? You become a good loser. You don't have big losses. And it also teaches you to have conviction, to stick to your winners. Something I could have done today and I did not do. And as a result of that, I'm not going to take the full profit that I needed to get on these plays. But you're watching SPY sell off hard, Marvel sell off hard. I did not have the patience to stay in those put positions because I have to run here about 9 o'clock. And usually I find myself trying to manage my trades off my phone when I'm out in the street. And that's usually a recipe for disaster. So, but we're good. We're still banking on the Rivian puts. So that's going in our favor. And let those be our runners. We have very little exposure on those anyway. So anyway, about that book. So if you go to my Instagram, Shimano Trader on Instagram, Shimano Guy, Shimano Trader is the actual handle. There is a post on there where you can follow the rules and make a comment. Just follow those rules. I've been promoting it for a couple of weeks and nobody has gone on there to do it. And that's perfectly fine. I mean, you guys do what you want. But what that means for maybe a new listener is, hey, let me go to Instagram. Let me go to Shimano Trader. Let me find this post. Be the first one, maybe the only one. And if that's the case, then I'll mail you a book. It has to be only in the United States. I don't know if I made that comment on the post, but you got to be in the US for that because that's where Amazon delivers. Maybe Amazon delivers internationally, but anyway, I prefer you be in the US. And then I will, if you make that post, then on the 15th, next Friday, I will raffle off that book or announce a winner. If it's just one person, I'll just say who it is and it's what it is. But if there's more than one, then we'll do a little raffle or something like that. But anyway, just want to continue to share the knowledge. And that book's really impacted me in a positive way. And I hope that whoever has the luck to get it will also learn from that book. But education is a big part of this game, guys. Execution is the next part of it. And then having the conviction and the confidence to place your trades and having the strength to admit that you're wrong, right? If you were wrong, you're wrong. And I think that's what that book teaches you too. It teaches you to accept that you've made a bad trade. And if you made a bad trade, it's okay. Just close that sucker out and move on with your life, right? That's really what that book's about. All right, I'm going to slow things down a little bit here as we have the last 30 minutes of the show here. All right, guys. It's 8:30 on the West Coast. I am Shimano Trader. This is The Spread. We are a live stock trading show, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific time. Appreciate you guys spending some time with me on a Friday. Let's see what the rest of the week has for us. Rest of the day. But we will be off air here in about 30 minutes. And please subscribe to our show and be part of the show. It's just for a couple of hours, a couple of days a week. And then you can go on about your day and chill with other traders or do something else. But I'm happy you're here with me today. Damn, missed out on all those on that additional run to the bottom, but it's okay, man. It's quite all right. Don't beat yourself up. Apple's pumping though, and we added to our Apple position today. That's a good sign. We did add to our Apple shares today. Yeah, all right. Look at our Rivian. We're in the money on Rivian here. See if we can go further. We're sitting on 3 contracts. That's up $42. And it was $6. It was $6 per contract. So I'm already up 225% on this trade here with Rivian. It's all about compounding your success, guys. Compounding your success. We're not going to get rich in one day, but the skill set that we develop and the confidence that we develop going through this process can never be taken away from us. Just imagine having the ability and the power to pop open your computer and make a couple $100. Like that's powerful stuff, man. That's not something to be taken lightly, but you got to put in your 10,000 hours, man, to learn this skill and build up that confidence to place trades. just looking around, a lot of selling happening. AMD got as high as 227.30. Okay, that's how high it got up this morning. It's now at 211.66. Think about that. It's a huge move to the upside, and then it sold it all off. That's wild, man. Why? Because it's a rigged game. You gotta understand that, man. You gotta understand that every time you come to the trading desk, the trading floor, the odds are against you. Know that. Know that going in. So when you're placing that trade, also know that, right? Because more often than not, you know, that trade is going to be a loser, especially if we're just placing trades without looking at our technicals. And I've proven that here today, not only to my viewers, but to myself again, that you got to have the conviction. But then look at the way things are, right? See, here I was just a few minutes ago talking about how I should have closed out my position, and this thing has wicked up again, probably to the level where I closed it at. So that's what I mean why you can't beat yourself up if you take a trade and you exit early, or it was a losing trade, whatever. I love to go back and see where things went wrong, or just, you know, being able to stream. I'll stream like the last hour of the show or the first hour of the show, whatever, and then I upload it to my YouTube video. By the way, check us out on YouTube. You can subscribe on there as well. You can subscribe from the Tradecaster window. So if you go to the window to the bottom right hand side, you'll see like my little logo that pops up on there, and then you can just subscribe from there if you want to follow us on YouTube. If for whatever reason we're not streaming on Tradecaster in the future, we'll definitely trying to build up our YouTube following as well, because we are streaming there and here on Fridays. All right, yeah, so things have chilled out a bit here. We got pretty aggressive on the sell-off here, and then things have kind of chilled out here. We got as low as 514 on SPY. And, you know, it's funny enough, if you guys have been watching the message board here, Sean also added to the confidence in placing this trade. We're looking at 570 as a reversal or breakout level. It ended up kind of breaking out a little bit. But again, it's just by looking at the candle formation. This is what really gave me the confidence to place those trades. And this hammer candle at the top is usually, or at the bottom of a move, is where you can usually is an indicator that a reversal is coming. And remember, this is a 15-minute chart, so reversals can happen just for maybe 2 candles, and then they can resume the trend. So you just gotta watch the charts. Especially if you're scalping or if you're doing 0 DTE, you got to be here watching that price action. Swing trading, which I'm starting to take on a little bit more. I've made pretty good money on watching I've been making good money on waiting for the move to happen, right? Instead of trying to catch it here with 0 DTE. It's a lot less stressful too. All right, starting to see a little bit of a recovery here. Looks like the selling is done. Look at the selling here on SPY, right? That hour, it was 3.4 million shares traded on this candle. Then the next candle was another 3.3 million. So we had almost 7 million shares traded in the last 30 minutes on these 2 candles. And that's where the sell-off happened. And now we're starting to see a little bit of a bounce. But that's expected, right? You know, push up, relief, push up higher. Same thing on the downtrend, right? Sometimes it's like we come down, we get a dead cat bounce, and then we resume lower. So this is what could be happening here. We could just be getting a nice little bounce here to the bottom. Every time we bounce at a level, I always like to look left, just try to understand what happened here. And look, fair enough. Look at that. When you go to your left, you're gonna see that right where the SPY bounced today, we had a lot of consolidation happening there yesterday. We had a ton of consolidation. So these are the kind of things that I think make you a better trader, right? Before you place that trade, or where are you in the chart before you place that trade, look left. So you could have, with confidence, probably say, hey, this sell-off, at least it would have probably worked for me. I didn't even take my own advice. But I could have said, hey, this sell-off is probably going to get exhausted at this level if I would have just looked left. And I didn't look left. And that would have maybe helped me have a level there to say, I'm going to ride this all the way to the bottom, and I could have maximized that trade. But it never fails. Every time you look left, man, you're gonna discover something as to why price action is acting the way it is at a certain level. Just like when we set our pre-market levels here, right? Like we saw the pre-market highs here, and then we saw the candle break through it and then just test that pre-market high before it finally broke down. So yeah, man, there's this is not gambling. You don't just say, oh, I think this is gonna go up and place a trade, right? You gotta do a little bit of analysis. At least if you want to have the best odds to make money in the stock market, you gotta put a little bit of thought into it. I think coming into the stock market at first, I used to be that way. So like, hey, this should be a good trade. Oh, this looks bullish, right? Like really no analysis, but a lot of that knowledge and that experience came from doing exactly what I'm doing right now, which is sitting in front of my computer and listening to people, watching other people trade, and just searching out and seeking out the information. And by doing that, you'll find what you're looking for. And that's not just in stocks, man. That is the rule of life. Seek and you shall find. All right, starting to see a little bit of a bounce there across the board. You're seeing Tesla with a little bit of a green candle. Tesla was a little bit of a leading indicator. It started selling off before the major sell-off happened. So that's why sometimes I like to look at other, especially like the Mag 7. They're so... Oh, how are you guys going to get the ambulance in the background? Yeah, I lost my train of thought. Freaking ambulance. Yeah, US, man, the oil went all the way down to 73. Oh no, it's still selling off. I'm glad I closed that off this morning. Haven't been able to trade oil profitably as of late, so it's like when I buy, it sells off, and then I sell it, and then it comes back. It's playing games on me. All right, I got a great story for you guys here for the last 20 minutes of the show. You guys want to hear it? I'll share it with you guys. So yesterday, really interesting day. So it was raining in California. So I'm in California, and it was raining out here. It was already dark. I was doing something in my work truck, and I had raised my garage door up, which, it's the garage door, and this is where my office is. And so I have a lot of things in here that I don't necessarily want people to know they're in here. So when I started lowering my garage door, something blocked the sensor on it. So it it just reacted, like it made a noise. And some lady was walking in front of my house, and when she heard the noise, I looked at my garage door. She looked at the garage door, and then she started walking over to my garage. And I see this, like, who's this stranger walking to my garage? And I'm like, I got all my stuff in here. So I'm just like, you know what? I stepped into the garage, and I lowered the garage door. And as she's walking towards my garage, the garage door closes, right? And then I look out my window, and I see her just kind of turn around and continue walking down the street. So I'm just like, oh man, like this lady, I wonder who that lady was. I'm thinking to myself, like, who's this lady? Well, whatever. I went out about my day here. I'm sitting on my desk and my phone rings, and it's my neighbor's daughter. It's my neighbor's daughter telling me that my neighbor had lost her dog, and she was out there looking for it. And I freaking felt so terrible. I felt so bad because it turns out that the lady that was walking towards my garage was my neighbor, Christine. And I don't know, I just felt so bad. So I'm talking to her daughter, and she's like, what happened? She's like, yeah, the dog got out, and she's out there looking for it. And I felt so bad, man. So I got my raincoat, I got my flashlight, and I freaking went out there. It thankfully had stopped raining, and I went out there to look for her because I wanted to run into her and apologize. I had no idea that it was her who was walking towards my garage. So anyway, I found her, and I apologized to her. She was pretty sad. She couldn't find her dog. And I have a dog. I have a little Yorkie, and I haven't been an animal person my whole life. This is my first time owning a dog. I've owned Leia for maybe 3 years now, and it is something that anyone, if you've never owned a pet, if you've never owned a dog specifically, is really a life-changing experience, but it's also a life-enriching experience. I think dogs, I was indifferent about dogs. Like, whatever. Some people have them, some people don't, whatever. I used to be like, oh, I would never let my dog into the house. I would never let my dog be in my bed. Because I always grew up, my dad was like that. My dad was like, no, you can't have a dog. So he would never let us have pets for whatever reason. So we never had pets growing up. And now I'm a dog owner, and I think it's one of the most wonderful experiences you can have, especially if you have kids. And this dog that I have, her name's Leia. She's imprinted herself on me, which means that like I can't go anywhere in the house, and she just follows me. If I left the house and I come home, she's in the window. She's always super excited to see me. I mean, it's a really awesome experience to have if you've never had a pet. If you've never had a pet, I start off with a smaller pet maybe, and then work your way up to a bigger dog because there is a learning curve to having pets. But anyway, let me let me finish telling the story. So anyway, I run into Christine, and she's sad, and then we walked around a little bit, couldn't find her dog. And then we came back to her house, and she showed me how the dog got out, and she was so worried that a coyote had gotten it. And I'm like, no, I don't think a coyote would. I haven't even heard of coyotes in our yard or out here, maybe a little bit closer to the foothills. But she was really, she's like, nah, man, how did it get out? Look at this hole. And I'm like, well, this hole leads to another gate. Maybe the gate was open. Anyway, she was super sad. And then I told her, hey, you know what? The least I can do is just send me the picture of the dog, and I'm going to post it on the neighborhood app and the Nextdoor app and see if maybe somebody's seen it and maybe we can hear something. So anyway, she sent me these pictures of the dog. The dog's name is Pikachu. The dog's name is Pikachu. It's a black Chihuahua, kind of old dog, right? So what I do, I go on Nextdoor app. She sends me the pictures. I go on the Nextdoor app and I upload the pictures, and I put a post, and I say, hey, please help us. My neighbor's dog is missing, and she's super sad, and she wants to find this dog. Dude, like 5 minutes later, I get a notification. It says, looks like somebody found your dog. And I'm like, what? And then she writes to me again. She's like, I'm sorry, your neighbor's dog. So she sends me this post. So apparently there's this post is it called Paw Boost? I think that's what it's called, Paw Boost. And anyway, so it's like this is like this whole thing about I just want to double check, guys. Yeah, so there's this whole thing about dogs, and there's this whole effort behind finding lost dogs, and I was like, oh my god, and anyway, so they found the dog. Through that post, and Christine was able to reunite herself with her dog, and everybody's happy now. And I'm so glad I was able to play a role in that, and able to help my neighbor out with that. So that was super cool. Really cool experience. I'm glad I was able to help and reunite a dog with their neighbor. And then, another thing was that, imagine how you would feel, right? Like your dog's out there and you don't know what happened to it. You're probably wondering what happened to it in the end. But man, it actually worked out pretty well. The dog got found. So yeah, that's my story for the day, man. I thought it was really, really cool that I was able to help. And more importantly, it has a happy ending. So yeah, that's my little feel-good story for today. All right, guys. SPY continuing lower. Looks like it. Like just like we talked about, right? It had that little dead cat bounce, and now it's resuming the downward trend. I probably would have got spooked out at that level and would have closed out anyway. I'm glad to be out of my positions. Profitable for the day. We're going to continue to ride our Rivian puts, see if those continue lower, and sell off the rest of the day and make some extra money on that. Apple kind of topping out as well here. Just looking around, guys, see what else is going on. Oil came back up. S&P is at 5150. We got as high as 5189 before the reversal. VIX is pushing up as well, so trade carefully there. Seems like the sentiment has changed just a little bit here, but everything's resuming lower. It's been a good week. Thank God. All right, SPY continuing lower. Just dragging down everything. Man, Boeing was easy stock to trade earlier in the year, and it's gotten a little bit more difficult to trade now. I think that $200 level on Boeing is a good buy level for long term. If you're a long term holder or you want to accumulate shares, I think anything in the 200 sub 200 level is a good place to start adding shares on Boeing. Man, I'm so glad I sold my my Snap too earlier today. Yeah, man. Everything kind of popped and then it dropped.